Here we go. Amanda, we're live. Hey, you're like SNL. Like you're the broadcaster.
The broadcast people.
Yes, that's what it looks like. Shake your papers, straighten them up. Here we are this morning. We'd like to bring you some update news here from Incredible Times Home. Tell you what can I say?
This is going to be a disaster. My gosh. No, don't touch. And don't blow. Oh my God.
You know what? It's therapeutic. I just heard. You always remember Dad always did that?
Your dad used to huff and blow all
Come
the
to
time.
find out, it's therapeutic. You know when you suck air in, Amanda? Look, someone here. When you suck in your air, do you know it puts pressure on your heart and your heart slows down?
It don't slow down enough right now.
So remember, back in when I used to crawl through the jungles of Cambodia, Amanda.
Why is everything a health class with you?
Maybe because it's everything.
And we
if I couldn't see you right now, that's a health thing, right?
There is no microphone.
I got to be able to feel my fingers to grab
Who
a
are we
pen.
even talking to? There's no microphones.
Well, they can hear us.
Who can hear us?
I didn't put a microphone in the camera.
I mean, we need a microphone.
Hey, where's it at? Are they in my pocket? Let me see. Let me go.
We don't even know if you can hear it.
Let me go. Can you keep them entertained? Let me see.
We mean keep them entertained. They can't hear me.
Yeah, no, they can. The phone's got speakers.
I hate my life.
Let me think. Take her in my box. I'll be right back.
What? You mean your house? I can't. This is how it is around here. Chaos. Everything is a mess. I'm talking to the camera. Poor John. Everybody hates working here. But Emily said she don't. God love Emily. Can I just brag on the office? Let me do that while he's gone, okay? Let me just brag on the office. John, Emily, Seth, Ashley, Will's up here, Tim's at the sales office. I can't say enough about this team that we have built. When I say something as cheesy as it's incredible, it's incredible. We had a meeting this morning. They have got a system together. The office is just absolutely incredible. They have, what we've done, a lot of changes here, and it is working just fantastic. They've created a team. They have come up with systems. Randy and I have jumped in and just go through everything with them and what they have created. We've got the new system with the contracts, and it's going straight into every program that it needs to. Everything is going so smooth. I'm bragging on the office. Thank you. Is it on?
Let's see. Huh?
Is it on?
Not yet. Hang on.
All right. You're on, Amanda.
Welcome to Incredible Tiny Homes. This is Monday. What is today's date? I don't even know.
I think my chair.
August 26th.
My chair's like 2 inches lower than yours.
August 26th. Why do you have to be like, get over there? I'm here, you're there.
All right. What are we talking about?
So what I was talking about real quick is it's going to be a foolish show anyway. We're trying to do
No, it's not. This is important stuff.
Sure. Okay. Anyway, we haven't done this in a long time. We have been so busy. We always say that, but I'm telling you, you can't understand how busy this business is.
But there's been a lot of great things been happening.
Well, one of the things I was talking about is the changes in the office.
All right,
and
cool.
we have got a team, and like I told them, I said, to be cheesy, it's incredible. With everybody that we have here, they have done unbelievable to repair, fix, create, develop,
go back, and that
everything.
has not been done right.
Oh my gosh.
The things that had been neglected that are now up to date. And one thing I like about it is how, you know how the world is talking about AI and it's taking over and things are going to be obsolete. We have moved into our software, into our what do you call it, more electronic or more digital.
More digital.
That it's actually speeding past our protocol, that we're having to change the way we do business because of our efficiency in our bookkeeping, in our record keeping, and in our contracts, and just how we do business. So that's exciting. And also goes over into our website. Our website has just been a work in progress since we've been done.
And we get people who absolutely love the website. They don't really notice the difference we do. We're just always trying to progress of everything. And the office showed that this, has been showing that for the past 2 or 3 months.
Right.
And this morning they have gotten together. I think I'd already mentioned to you that they get together every morning at 9 o'clock. Randy and I join them if we're not involved in something else at the moment, but they go ahead and take care of everything. So they are controlling the finances and controlling the contracts and getting everything to where it needs to go. It is into a system with not just one person now. Everybody.
It's a team.
It's a team, and it is a flow chart, and it starts here and goes here, and they team up together. This is the best place in the company that we have been the whole 10 years.
Right.
Whole 10 years. We talk about the line all the time. The line is not, that's actually physically doing the work, but the real work starts whenever the person comes through up here to the sales lot. And then it goes from, now Will is doing or Tim, whenever he sells the home, it goes to Will, and Will puts everything in the computer and in co-construct and everything, and then it goes through this whole flow chart of how it goes. All eyes are on it.
Right.
The build list, everything is perfect now.
Yep.
Everything is correct now. Everything is kept up with a system now.
There was some things that were not correct, and we're having to go back and through our contracts and make sure that it is.
Everything is correct.
Now, so today's video is really informative to where we really kind of want to give you encouragement about what we're doing behind the scenes.
Yep.
I don't know any other company talks about, hey, we got software doing this and that, and how we're doing things. I get frustrated when people come to me, I've called and I've emailed, nobody's contacted you. We have changed so many things to try to become more efficient and better.
Right.
And this is what she does. When I talk, she texts about groceries she's got to buy tonight. And getting her hair done tomorrow.
Okay, number one, I'm looking at screenshots of the videos so I can go over a couple of comments.
Yes.
So if you can't keep everybody entertained while I do that, I'll go ahead and talk while I'm looking. You want me to do that?
I can keep everybody entertained.
Oh,
no problem with me.
Interesting.
So
okay.
We have showing you, just for encouragement, just to say, hey, this is how we're doing business. And one software that we use is called Co-Construct, right? Construct, C-O-N-S-T-R-U-C-T.
Co-Construct.
Right? Co-Construct. So when you call in, all right, and let's say that is a sales lead for our sales staff, right? When you call in and say, hey, I want to know about your tiny homes, they're going to say, hey, can we get we got your phone number because you called, we got your name. We automatically put you in Co-Construct. So that's not only is it a part of when you do buy your home, you're in Co-Construct, it's actually a sales lead for us too. So in Co-Construct, as you purchase your home, deposit, pay for, you're in Co-Construct. And that's how you keep in contact with your home information. There are a lot of people that say, hey, Randy just did a video on solar, a battery or window or something. Can you apply that to my home? I'd like to add that to my home, or I'd like to change something. And there are a limited amount of changes that you can make to our assembly line homes. Not so much in our Amish built homes that are stick built, because those are models, right? But anyway, the Co-Construct is a means of communication, and I just want to let everybody know. And I'm hoping that you guys understand this. I know as we get in age and people that are, I'm not familiar with Co-Construct, you don't feel comfortable with it, but please, that's the only way we can efficiently keep track of information on your build. We take pictures of your home, we put it on Co-Construct, and we set you up with that. So we'll show you, say, hey, it can be on your computer, it can be on your phone, you can check on it and you can see pictures of it, updates of it, any questions.
Right.
There was a lady who texted me, and I gave my phone out a couple years ago when we were doing the Grove, and I gave it out a couple.
You mean you gave your phone number?
My phone number, yeah, not my phone. I didn't throw my phone out. I gave my phone number out 2 years ago, and then 2 years before that, I still get calls and texts from people, which is great. I don't know who you are. All right, you're not. You're not in my contacts. And,
I don't know who you are.
And I don't keep contacts. So when you call, I don't say, hey, this I got my contact.
That is so. I want to tell you something. I used to get mad at you all the time. This is so foolish. Why would you not put down? I have got every person who's ever called or texted me, and I put in there a description of who it is. Why would you not do that?
Well, I'm in the middle of fishing, and I
can't.
You know,
Randy will do this.
I'm in the middle of fishing, and I can't put it in.
No, listen. We'll be in a meeting or something, and he'll say, Florida's calling me. Wonder who that is. It's like, Florida? I don't know.
Listen, so somebody texts me, hey, Randy, I want that house. I did this. I did, like, never give me their name. Never, I know who they are. I don't know anything about them.
Oh, Lord forbid that you don't say, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are.
Oh, I do. Who are you? I know, and I hate that because I feel impersonal. Like, I should know everybody's name.
You don't hate it enough to put in a contact.
No, I do. I hate it really bad.
You don't hate it enough. No, you don't.
I'd sweat.
No, you don't.
Drips of blood.
Move on. Anyway, we were talking.
She changed subject. Anyway, I gave my phone number out to everybody.
Zero tolerance.
And it's helped me to keep contact. Well, I get tons of phone calls, and now we have the open house across the street, and it's like, I've called, I've texted, and nobody calls me. Nobody gets back with me. And I just want everybody to know that we've got an army of people trying to answer these phones, right?
Yes.
And there are people, my mom and dad, she knows them personally very well. They're gone now. They're gone now.
I did know them.
My mom, and especially my dad, he'd be like, dick. And he goes, yep. Now, well, it's ringing dingy. Damn, they won't answer the phone.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, I'm calling them again. Boom, I'm calling again. And then he'd go, they won't answer the phone.
Yeah.
And he didn't give them a chance to answer the phone.
Yeah.
And I went through our phone system today, and it ring about 4 or 5 times.
Right.
It said, this number's not here. You can wait, and we'll connect you to the next number.
And I think, and listen,
you know, and I know people get frustrated by that, and I totally understand it. And I'm like, man, I want us to pick up our phone the second ring. Boom. Hey, how can we do? But to do that, now we gotta have a person that sits here,
and we're considering that,
and looks at the phone and ready to ring, and they grab it, and then that's all they're doing is staying there. And then I'm gonna forward you to this number. Well, I'm gonna make sure, you know, like an operator.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, you know, it's after 10 years, we're still evolving in a lot of the things, and I want to be efficient, and I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a problem with it if it's something we don't need.
Right.
You know, because we had this layoff, you know, a couple months ago. It's because we thought we needed, and it was just too much.
Yeah.
And then you have the awfulness of having to lay people off.
It's, you know, this is what we do, and I don't know if you'll agree with this or not, but when somebody comes up to you and they say, hey, I wasn't able to get a hold of it, and we have heard that ever since Inca. You know, I don't think it's to the level that in our minds we think that, but when that is told to me or you, it's just like, my God, we're not answering the phone.
It is like a rocket goes off in my brain.
But it is very minuscule. But what bothers us is even the minuscule, we want that took care of. So what we're doing, we're considering having a personal, we love that personal touch. We love that personal, you talk to a person when you call. So we are definitely considering bringing somebody on to do that and have other tasks too, but have somebody in office, in here to answer, and we want to do that to accommodate. Now that's taken on, think about that, a person $40,000, $50,000 a year to answer the phone.
I know.
Okay? But, you know, we're going to work that out, but we do like that personal touch. We don't want you to always get a phone call missed. We don't want you to go to voicemail and stuff. So for the company, we're really considering bringing somebody on that. Now, we don't take that lightly, okay? So since the layoff, we've brought back how many people?
4.
4 people, okay? So every hire is absolutely considered down to the nines. We have to sit there and budget it out. We absolutely...
Two of them are temporarily, you know, we're saying, hey, we need 2 months worth of work.
Exactly.
That's how long this will last, and
Yeah.
then we'll reconsider.
So it's something we want to be super conscious of. We've made such major changes, not with just the line and the building and everything like that, but in the office, like we were talking about. And we are on budget. We are very super conscious about that. So we want to make the best decision for the company and what works best for the customers, for the residents, and for the company. So
Right.
we're just super aware of that. So we're excited to give that personal touch and to make sure that no stone unturned kind of thing.
Right.
So we don't want
to
that.
miss a sale. We don't want to
No.
miss a problem that's happening, so we can adjust it.
And something else that we talked to Tim this morning and Will, and because we touched base with everybody today. We touched base we got a new system that we kind of started out with doing some other few things, how we want to communicate and get information and things like that, because Randy and I need to be freed up to freely think and create and to come up with ideas, to travel to different properties if we need to. Not travel like that.
Surfing USA.
Not on a vacation. No. But I'm talking about like if we have to do something for work. You goof rod. What are you even saying? Rudy's already surfing over there in the Pacific Ocean. Anyway, but Tim and Will both gave us a great update this morning, and it is creeping back. Sales are kind of coming back a little bit, and it's looking better. So, because it's been a tough year, especially when we have the layoff.
It's been tough all across the country for everybody.
With every
economy.
industry. You may have seen the video, and that's one of the screenshots that I have up here with Alex. Randy did his podcast with Alex, who is the ANSI inspector, and we've got a lot of information from him because they know all of the tiny homes companies, and when they're not ordering stickers or ordering inspections for their homes and stuff, that gives you a great indication of they're not busy.
Mm-hmm.
So it was down this year a lot. So we know it's a political year with a president being picked and stuff like that. And also with the interest rates up, and people are scared. They're worried about their money, and they're holding on to their money and different things. So, but we're seeing a little bit of a breakthrough right now of sales increasing some. So we're looking at that as a good indication of things are kind of we've been, staying steady and weathering the storm, right? So one of the things, did you want to go to? Excuse me, was there something funny? Is something funny I said?
Staying steady and
That's what I said.
weathering the storm.
Weathering the storm.
God,
That's
you're
right.
from Tennessee.
I am from
Like
Tennessee.
you, Lucas, man. Lucas, he has such an eloquent Southern way about expressing everything.
Now, Lucas cracks me up.
We have stormed the doors.
What?
We have conquered the quest.
He comes up with some funny stuff.
Oh my God, he's awesome.
He's dramatic. It's very funny.
Yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to bring up about the podcast was a couple of the.
Is that what we're going to do now?
Well, unless you want to talk about something else.
Well, I mean, this whole video is about updates, right?
The whole thing.
Is this an update?
This is going to be an update. People had some.
I knew I wasn't going to win this, all right? So, yeah, tell us what you got to go.
No, let's
just talk about what
do
you want to talk about.
You want to talk about your working out? What did you do? Have some protein powder this morning? Did you want to talk about that?
Really? You want to go there?
Yeah, I did want to go there.
Okay, you've been doing that for 20 years.
Anyway, so I thought we would talk about Alex here and said, thanks, Randy. Randy, it was very informative. A lot of people really appreciated you doing this podcast with Alex because that it gave a lot of people security of I don't think a lot of people understood what the certification actually meant.
Okay, yeah.
How important that it actually is. So, thanks, Randy. Thanks, Randy. This was very informative. I'm coming to Tennessee the week of the 14th. I'd like to tour and see your models that are there. I'm probably coming by the 14th. Do I need to make an appointment to do this? A lot of people communicate when they see a video.
Yeah.
They'll leave a comment like this.
And it'd be best to make an appointment for sure, especially if you're not going to be here during the week.
Right, exactly.
And know our business hours. Yeah.
So they absolutely, I was going to see where somebody said, because this is a couple of different videos, somebody said that this gave them such security. Well, shoot, I must not have did a screenshot of that one. But anyway, they had said this gave them such security to see this video.
Know the process.
To know the process
Right,
and what
right.
was covered on it and everything. So that sticker on your home is a big deal.
Yeah, it costs us a lot of money.
A lot of money, absolutely. And I mean, that's what Alex was talking about. And they thought he was very well spoken and everything. It was very clear about how everything was. So that went really well. The other thing, I don't know, do you want to move into something else? Because I have a couple of other things
No,
to
you
talk
go right
about.
ahead.
Okay, so Carla Ferrier, 2652, this is on YouTube, said, can you have animals or is it restricted like chickens, goats, and a couple of dogs? Talking about at the mountain in Buffalo Creek.
Yeah.
What kind of animal situation is that going to be?
Domestic, dog and a cat.
Domestic, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want one of them little bitty horses. I love them. Look, they're about the size of Ace.
Now listen, there was some people, a couple, remember that was going to bring those miniature horses that time. Or
Yeah, but I'm talking, they got them the size of Ace, like 50 pounds.
What do you mean? A horse?
A horse, yeah, I seen it on YouTube. It was cute. I mean, it was just skipping along and everything, and it was just a little guy.
So if you have the little skipping along 50-pound horses, bring
All
them on.
so we have a limited size horse you can bring, 50 pounds. Put it on a scale. You got 51, you got to go on a diet.
Limited size horse. I can't believe you said
it can
that.
only be 3 hands.
Okay. Stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have a limited size horse or a domestic animal.
Yes. No wildcats. They scratch. They're right.
Can we
Yeah.
say? Okay.
You guys got to see this.
You're going to have to show it to them.
Okay.
Don't say nothing.
No, I won't say nothing.
I'm going to post this on Facebook.
This is cool. So we're talking about.
Is it cool?
I think so. We're talking about animals. Look what was up on the mountain today. Tom's got a camera up there.
He's got one of them trail cams.
Look at that.
Can they see?
Oh yeah, isn't that cool?
That was when was that? Today?
At 1:26 this afternoon. That was up on the mountain.
Well, Randy, it ain't 1:26 yet.
Oh, it is, baby.
Don't call me baby.
Yeah.
It's 1:47. We saw Tom an hour ago.
He said maybe that was wrong, but he said it was just today. He said he's seen it. It was a live shot. So he's got a camera up there set to his phone, so the timer might have been off, but he came in here and said, we got a bear up on the mountain. I knew they were up there, but that's cool having a picture one.
So that's crazy. So there is bears. So do we have bears in the woods?
Oh,
yes,
listen,
we do.
I go up there, I don't think about a bear at all. Or snakes.
You know,
I walk around the mountain up there in my
we're
flip-flops.
so loud, aren't we?
In my flip-flops, my shorts,
I always did.
everything.
Remember, I always had my flip-flops
Never
on.
thought of a snake, never nothing.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just never thought about it.
I don't either.
I never thought about it. Let's see. Any more lots on the mountain available or at Buffalo Creek?
They are going quick. I mean, we have, this past weekend, I think we had 3 that were spoken for. Well, 4. 4 that were spoken for lots. And we probably only got about 6 left. Yeah.
So we do have some. So,
Yeah, we still have some left,
How do they
yep.
contact to talk about that?
I mean, send an email, info or sales at incredibletinyhome.com. Give us a call. I mean, just like we normally would. You call us, email us. Say, I want a lot in there. And, but, we have to put a home on it too.
Okay, so now something that, this is Jules 73572. It's her handle on YouTube. Randy and Amanda, my husband and I will be up there next Saturday for open house on August 31st. So is there one this Saturday?
Yeah, yep,
so
you'll be there.
So this is the last one. This is the last one. I'm so excited. I have been a fan from the beginning. We have booked a Hobbit Tiny at Mountain Shire.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
To stay for 2 nights. I can't wait to see the ITH community. Love y'all. Have a blessed weekend. Now, we are going to go.
We got to go up there and do that video.
No, I already did it. I had it done.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So we're going to, listen, we're going to.
Oh, the Harry Potter
Harry
house.
Potter house. So there's a Harry Potter house up at the Mountain Shire. We probably, when it gets fall, we need to go up there and do a whole nother kind of thing, go up there and look around. But so Cruz and Melody went up there and filmed the new Harry Potter house. So those, we'll be getting that pretty soon to you so you can see that. any more lots of the mountain. You answered that and how to get a hold of it. So we are going to have another open house. This will be the last one for August, okay? And it's going to be from 9 to 12 on Saturday, August 31st, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yep.
So be sure and let us know. You have to RSVP, okay?
Yep.
We got to know who's coming, how many people's coming, and things like that. So RSVP, send your information to info@incredibletinyhomes.com, or you can send it to Emily at incredibletinyhomes.com. But be sure to RSVP if you're going to come this Saturday, okay? One of the things, that was blah, 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 blah. Hold on. One of the things I want to do a shout out to is that I don't know if you've been following our Facebook. Of course, you've been doing updates on the mountain, so I just want to go ahead and end with that. Anything you want to say about the mountain or Buffalo Creek?
Yep.
Go ahead and do that
All right,
before I go into something else.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. On the mountain, I love talking to people. It's been great visiting with people. Some people have come Saturday after Saturday, and that's awesome too. The thing is that when we come over there was a pretty good sized crowd this past Saturday, and I'm the only one there that's navigating everybody, and I want to be able to get to everybody's question. I want to get to everybody walking Buffalo Creek and your lot. And it's taken some time. We start at 9 o'clock, and sometimes I'm not done until 12:31. And we're trying to, and so if you've been there before already, love for you to come, but I'm going to have to wait. If you've already been there and we've already talked about your lot, people have been nice, but I just want to let everybody know that you're going to have, if you come again, you're going to have to wait till the end. So I can talk to people who are just getting there. We're getting a lot of people from out of town. I know I talked to a couple that were from New York, and man, they had to drive 17 hours right back home.
We want to make sure that we hit everybody that has not been there before. Go ahead and tend to them first. And you're able to self-serve, like walk around yourself to Buffalo Creek or to your lot or whatever.
Is that not what I just said?
I don't know what you said.
In so many words.
I didn't
You
listen.
said it eloquently.
Anyway, moving on.
So, at the open house, the Buffalo Creek, I take a group of people and we'll walk, and I'll tell you kind of our plans. We do not have a plat of Buffalo Creek, meaning where the roads and all the lots and how they're laid out. Mm-hmm. I also go over the history of our development, Buffalo Creek, the mountain, and all of the aspects of developing the property. I tell you about the local politics, the local zoning and planning, the struggles that we've had with the power company, the sewer, the state, the federal government. All these things have been a play that we've had to do. When I talk about federal, I think it's the TVA is federal, it's Tennessee Valley Authority is electrical, and how we've had to implement the kind of an attorney structure to be able to communicate with them. So there's a lot of things that I have to talk about that I want to inform everybody. So I repeat that same story every Saturday morning to let everybody know that's not been there before. So if you've been there before, you're hearing me say that same story over and over, you know. Mm-hmm. So I just want to let you know, like Amanda said, you know, we want to take care of the folks that have not been here.
Never been there.
Yeah.
The other thing, I do have a question, two questions for the mountains. So at JT9568 asks, what is the cost for the 100-year lease, and do you all pay the property taxes on the lots? So this is a two good questions, because apparently
and I go over that too.
You brought it up in that video.
Yeah, so I go over that in the mornings, and the reason I'm doing that is because it's kind of a private thing, because it's just with the lot owners, people that own a lot, or not own a lot, but have leased a lot with us.
Yes.
So I go over all those stipulations. We're actually getting a new lease drawn up for the 100-year lease.
We should have that this week.
Yeah. So I I could hit with that a little bit if you guys are interested, even though you don't have a lot.
I think we're just touch on it in general until we get the lease.
And that's what I was going. That's what I was
Yeah.
going to do before she said that, to go ahead and tell me what I needed to say. I just said that, and I got away with it. I can't believe it.
I got away with it. You haven't ever got away with anything.
Yeah, I'll pay for it.
You'll pay for
so
it.
It's a 100-year lease, and each community has a different price because the lots are valued differently. And so you will be purchasing a 100-year lease, and it could be $100,000, it could be $1 million, right? It's whatever the value on that. You pay that, and you own that lease instead of There's no meets and bounds. It's
Sorry.
from this corner to this corner. You don't have it recorded in the courthouse like you do of the property of you live in a subdivision or an acre of ground. It is an agreement between you and I, or you and us, and what happens is that's documented as instead of a year-to-year lease, you have 100 years, and it's also transferable. So if you leave in 5 years, 10 years, whatever, you can sell that to the other customer, and your value of your land as it goes up in value, let's say it's even appraised, and let's say you paid $25,000 for your lot, it may be worth $75,000 now, plus the cost of your home and all of these amenities that you put onto your home, all these upgrades you've done, decks and maybe a carport, maybe a nice garage, a workshop, who knows what you put on there. You're building equity, and this is what I've learned over the years of owning and doing what we're doing, is that, we didn't know how transient this was gonna be. Our homes are on wheels, I'd take them out of here. But then as we were here, we started building bigger homes, like the model homes and the Amanda, the Birmingham, and Charleston, Lexington, all these. Well, people they're fixing them. They're done. They're not moving anywhere. And people are wanting security. So not only, you purchase 100-year lease and it's yours and you get the equity that grows into that value, but you also get a fixed rated rent forever. It'll never go up. So people were asking me, Randy, what's going to happen if you die or if you sell the whole place, right? The rent could go up to $800 a month or $1,200 a month.
People are worried about it, and listen,
so that's what I'm going to say. Your rent will not go up.
Right.
Your rent will not go up. So if you get a 100-year lease, your rent doesn't go up. Only caveat is whatever the cost of living, the national cost of living goes up. It's the only thing applied to the rent. I can never, in that agreement, I can never say I'm going to raise the rent from $200 to $500. Or if this place ever sells for $14 billion, the people that buy this cannot say, oh, we're going to now charge you guys $1,000 a month because it's so beautiful here and the county's taken off and this whole area now is just like Gatlinburg. It's still $200 a month.
Right. Well, and two, there are changes. I think we've talked about that before, that there are changes in town and the new road coming in and things like that we know about. So the value of the properties are going to go up. They already have.
Well, and I told them Saturday, we border, so you've got Sevier County, which is Dollywood and Gatlinburg, and then we got Cocke County right next to it. The Smoky Mountains border both of these.
Yeah.
Cocke County is just, or if not prettier, in landscape and natural beauty than Sevier County.
Right, exactly.
And so it's going to grow.
It is.
Sevier County is saturated. Dollywood is saturated. And we're, 33 miles from downtown Gatlinburg from here? It's
and things are changing. Things are changing.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Whenever I was a girl, Newport was not a desirable place to be. It was just real rough, and it just, growing up, it has changed leaps and bounds, and it is about to change more.
Yeah.
So, a lot of these little towns like this and stuff like that, they are changing.
The people that live here are amazing.
They
the politicians that are in office are not. I'll just say it.
Yeah.
They're really having, there's a real big battle between the politicians, the old way of doing things. They're having a battle.
Yeah.
And there's a storm arising where a lot of this is going to be really challenged.
It's time, but it's, the rubber meets the road, and it's like things are changing, and it's like it is happening.
Yeah.
We see it happening, and it's a good thing. Change is inevitable in everything, and it's a good thing that's going on.
All right, so I'm going to go over our other developments. What would you like to go over?
The thing I've got this on, we'll talk about that last, but if talk about kind of like just overall house updates, custom builds, and what inventory.
So what do you mean by house updates?
Well, like house updates, like how is the line going? How is, we talked about.
Yep, so over the last 7 weeks, we've had an average of 5.5 homes built a week.
5.5 a week.
Yeah, and what happened is, you guys, I don't know if you can see it, but right here is a cottage home. Now a cottage is a total different home. We got 44 to build, and they're different, right? So we've never ran a cottage through the line. Like, only sparingly we've done it every once in a while. So that is a home we haven't done. We don't know the time frame in which it's going to go out.
It'll slow it up a little bit.
So we've thrown some of those in there. So we wanted to get 2 a day, which would be 8 a week, and now we're only getting about 5.5, right? Plus, we have also offered a amenity list, like a lot of solar, a lot of off-grid, and man, we had about I think 8 or 10 completely, people were calling in, right? And saying, hey, can we add all these things, which we love to doing that.
Yeah.
But man, we've had to add a ton of amenities or add-on, what do we call them?
Add-ons, I think.
To the homes. Well, that slows production a little bit.
Sure.
That's fine, but it just slows it down.
Right.
So that is your build list update.
So that's, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And
the Amish are cranking, they're going, and the people that have bought a home should be on Co-Construct to be able to know and be updated. If you haven't been updated, please go on Co-Construct and say, hey, where's my build? How is it done? Because when we have a meeting in here, I tell everybody, well, I tell the people that are in those divisions, make sure our customer, you all, know where you're at in this build list. What time is the expectancy of your build?
Right.
I tell them that. If they're not doing that, please send us in a Co-Construct and say, hey, where's my build at?
Sure.
Okay.
Exactly. Custom builds. You had touched on that before, and what is going on if somebody wants a custom build? We're only selecting a few, and what's going on with that?
So we have about two. We just have 2 carpenters here that can build custom homes for us. I wish Tom and I could still go back to building customs. I'd love to, but so we're limited. We might be able to get 8 a year, depending on the size and the amenities. So we haven't sold that many, but that is a feature that we wanted to say, hey, if you guys say, hey, you know what, Randy, I love what you've done in the past. I see some of your old models. Can I have that plus what I want? We're open to doing it.
Send it in, because it could be something that with the model home, it's just a few adjustments and stuff.
Love it.
And it might not be something as custom as what you think.
Well, and I like crazy stuff. I mean, I'd love to see somebody say, whoa, can you do this? Like that Harry Potter. We had to build a roof system in the house, and we had to deliver it separately and then take a crane and set the roof on it. I mean, I'm open to crazy stuff.
Inventory, and this is something we're probably going to do a video this week. I was thinking about calling it a Labor Day, because Labor Day is next Monday, maybe like a Labor Day sale, but we do have some inventory of homes that are done. They are complete, and they are ready to be sold. The green one I need to put sold on the video, but we had showed a green one, I think, last week, and it's sold. It's already gone. And they're ready to be picked up and taken. So we will get that list to you.
So I think we have maybe 6 or 7 homes that are mix match, like an RJO, 2 or 3 Incrediboxes, 16, 20 footers. Some of them we've loaned out to people that needed to live in them. Some of them were, for a charity, and they wanted to experiment with different types of siding on it. I know we got one out there that went to Parker. He's got 4 different types of siding on it. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just discount that and get it out?
Yeah.
So we're going to have several. I think there's about 7, 8 homes that are just here.
What did you guys think of that? I mean, can you just talk about that just a little bit?
Okay, what?
It was such a big deal. What we did over there with the Angelic Ministries.
Oh, with Parker, yeah.
And with the state of Tennessee, and what that actually means. This is such a big deal. The 5 houses that they did over there, and we were with the governor and not the governor, the mayor, and then I think one of them was the senator. Oh, Congresswoman
was there.
Yeah. So kind of explain how big of a deal.
In the state of Tennessee, I think it was the fire marshal, electoral.
Jim Hightower.
Jim Hightower. There was some state officials from Nashville that drove down that morning. It was monumentous. Is that what the word?
Monumental.
Monumental.
Momentous.
Momentous. It was momentous.
Mentos.
And I know we've talked about this before, but I have to repeat this because the people may be watching this that haven't heard. But you can take a tiny home now that's 128 square feet. That's our smallest one. And it can be a primary home. It can be a primary residence in a subdivision, in a city lot. And we're looking for city lots where to put our homes as a modular certified home.
Right.
And you could get a 30-year note on a 128 square foot, $20,000 house.
Big deal.
Now that's our minimum home, but it's possible. And so it's opened up doors, and that's only for the state of Tennessee. So if you guys are in Middle Tennessee or way out somewhere in near Mississippi and Tennessee or Chattanooga, and you say, hey, I want a tiny home, you can get a home on a lot in your county that says, the county says tiny homes are not available. They're not allowed. She's going to sleep.
What?
Your eyes are going sleepy on me.
They absolutely were not.
She was like this.
Maybe I was rolling my eyes.
Oh my God. But you can get a house. So this is big news in the state of Tennessee. And you know what? Our population has grown 20% in the last 6 months or a year.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
it
know
is-
that.
Tennessee is the most sought after state to live in. We have no state income tax. Property taxes are super low. I don't care where you're at, they're super low
Super
here.
low.
Cost of living is great. You know, our weather is not too cold and not too hot. So you don't spend a lot on electricity to survive.
You get 4 seasons.
Good seasons.
4
So
good long seasons.
There's a lot of folks moving here. So if you look in a little town, let's say you go to Crossville. I'm just saying of the towns I know of. Sparta, Crossville. What are some towns that you want to live? Manchester, Murfreesboro. And you find a little a county lot or even in the city limits. These homes can be, a tiny home can go in the city limits of these towns.
Right.
Now, there are limitations. There may be some towns that do have some zoning of square footage sizes. I don't know how that'll play a part in that.
Right.
But if they don't, this can supersede that. Now, I don't know how long. I'm sure you put 3 or 4 tiny homes in a little bitty town and the mayor doesn't like it, they're going to pass the zoning and whatever square footage. It may
Right.
happen.
Exactly.
But right now in the whole state, you can put a tiny home. And it was a big deal because of the 5 we built for Parker. And we had all the notoriety come and it had a ribbon cutting.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Big deal.
So touch a little bit. It was a big deal. So it is a modular certification. Is that in Tennessee? Can you talk just a little bit about Paducah and Southern Heights and Dunlap? Just you want to touch base on those?
Sure.
Or?
Yep. So Dunlap is down in north of Chattanooga, 45 miles. It was 150 plus acres on an abandoned golf course that was refurbished. Nobody plays golf on it now, but it's very beautiful. You can go back through our archives and our videos and you'll see on there this beautiful video that we've done. My son edited it.
It's beautiful.
We are offering lots, the first 50 lots, for 50 homes to be sold. So you have to buy a home. There's no key money. You buy a home. If you wanted to buy a home for $59,900, $69,900, $79,000, we've got some amazing models. All you do is buy the model.
Just buy the home.
There's no key money. There's no buy-in money. There's nothing. All you have to do is buy the home, 2 years free rent.
Yeah.
You get a 100-year lease. We're doing a 30-year lease. Now that we've learned about the 100-year lease, fixed rate rent. I don't know what else to offer. And you know, we're only getting about 10 people that want to go on this.
But the 100-year lease, there is a price tag to that, correct? Or is that different in
Not
Dunlap?
on the first 50.
Not on the first 50. That is right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the first 50. We need 50 people to say, "Hey, I know I can
50 people.
I know I can turn this."
Wow.
If we buy the whole place, it's $3.2 million, right? That's a lot. That's with the clubhouse and everything. Now, the owners of the land are going to work with us financially. They'll finance a lot of this.
Yeah.
I just got to have 50 people that'll say yeah. And as soon as I get 50, I'm ready to go. So I have to sell. And if let's say Randy, we're getting a question. Hey, Randy, I want to be a part of this, but you know what? I don't want to give you $60,000 and then you don't get it, right? But I need to have some skin in the game. I need a deposit. I need to know if you're going to do this. If it does not go, okay, let's make it $5,000. If you're going to say, Randy, I'll give you $5,000, it's just a deposit on your house, because if it doesn't happen, I'm going to give your $5,000 back to you.
Right.
All right. Soon as I know that, then we're going to need the rest of your money so I can buy this land, not all of it, but the part that we're working out, and we can get going.
Right.
I don't have to have any key money. This is the most.
But now the first 50, I just want to make it clear that the first 50 get the 2 years free rent, and they get the option for 100, or they get the 100-year lease. You have to pay in full.
Yes.
You have to pay in full. That's why you get such a benefit on that,
But
right?
listen, they don't have to pay in full for me to put all these. I need 50 people, and if they give me $5,000, right? They're saying, "I'm in, Randy. If you can make this thing happen, I'm going to pay in full as soon as you get this." And I got to put a time limit on it.
Okay.
Because it's
That
going
makes
to.
sense.
The land is not going to stay there. It is up for sale right now on the
Yeah.
MLS.
Correct.
So we're going to put a time limit on this.
Okay.
And
Good.
yeah.
So that's on Dunlap.
Yeah, so right now this is end of August, end of September. If we don't get to 50, I think we ought to just call it quits.
And we're still selling for Southern Heights, correct?
And now Southern Heights is our 75-acre parcel that is foundational homes from 139.9 to 259.9, and going up if you want garages, you want longer driveways.
You can add what you want.
All the add-ons. But that is an amazing piece of property. We have got 20 people and 20 contracts.
20
on
or
that.
24, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we needed 35 to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's still active.
it is very active. And now that has a time limit of September
12.
I'm gonna. Well, we have to pay for it by the 12th. So I'm gonna say, Amanda, we need to stop that September 10th.
I think it's right.
You know, a couple days
Tuesday.
before. So what is that?
That's a Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. So September 12th, we need to have. So Tim said a couple people called in and said, "I'll give you my $40,000, but I'm not going to do it until you guys know for sure you're going to do it." We got to have you guys in this so we can make sure it's going to happen. We'll give you money back if it don't happen.
Right.
So by September 10th, we'll just pay your money back.
Right. Exactly.
If you want in on this deal, we need to know by September 10th for Southern Heights Foundational Homes.
Right.
Please go back. We should put a link in here of the videos. And we will. We'll put a link in here of the videos of Southern Heights. I think there's 7 model homes that you can choose from. And then the last development that we have not publicized that much about is Paducah, Kentucky. And I haven't been really talking a lot about it. We purchased this land about a year ago. We've done all the engineering. We've met with the city. We've met with the councilman of the city, the engineering, the mayor, everybody. And it is completely...
We toured with the mayor. We were in the car with the mayor
Yeah.
and stuff like. It was very nice.
Yes. So everything has been approved. They love what we're doing and what we're doing. So we're going ahead with the engineering.
Yep.
And it's 8 acres.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get about 8 homes per acre in there.
Yeah.
And
Randy and I, we walked it.
Yep, we walked it, everything. So that is in the future. We were talking about the types of homes we're going to put there. And I think what I'm going to do is build our Incrediboxes.
Are you?
With our Attaboxes.
Okay.
And I think that's what we would like to fill the whole place with.
Okay.
Now, I'm not opposed to putting model homes. If somebody here wants to go to Paducah, it's going to be $200 a month. Now, what's really unique about that place is that you will own your lot.
Yes, that is right. That's a big one.
Yeah, you will own it. It's going to be a PUD, which is a planned urban development. Now, you will have a deed to your property. So whatever land you own on that, you're going to be able to sell it and get equity in that.
Okay.
It's an asset.
Right.
So that's going to be the first one like that. And the reason that is because that Paducah is so awesome to work with us. They preferred it. They said, you know what? We want this to be individually owned because they want, if a lot of the residents buy,
Right.
they want them to have ownership.
Yeah.
And I'm like, great. Now
That's
it's still
great,
Now
yeah.
it's still a private community, so it's still $200 a month because we still have to take care of the roads
Right.
and everything in there and maintain everything. So that's Paducah.
Well, the last thing I just want you to touch on is Nevada.
All right.
We do still have this property.
So Nevada is a real, it's intriguing to me. You know, we've got 15 acres we bought out there. I know I want to do something with it, and my priority is across the street, is the mountain, is at Buffalo Creek. And these other developments we just talked about are out of town but close in proximity, where it's not going to involve taking our excavators to these places. It is just to give our guys more homes to build, our Amish to build, and a place to put these. So we have a staff that can work on these developments. Nevada will probably be next year, maybe coming into effect, but it's something that I want to do, be really creative with. And so that's an up and coming with the water, the off-grid, and we may have some connections in Nevada because they've limited us on our off-grid capabilities.
Yes.
Anything that you do a development in Nevada, they said there was a law passed, I think in 1986, that any municipality, if you have more than one home and it's a subdivision, which we would fall under, it cannot have solar.
Would it fall under a subdivision or an RV park?
Either one. And
Either one.
Well, no. In an RV park in the state of Nevada, you cannot live longer than 28 days in your RV. You got to move.
Really?
So you can't. And so our homes cannot be RV.
That seems so weird there.
So they have to be modular certified. Okay. So then we got to go through an engineering certification process, which is fine. We can do that. But then now we got the building done. Then we got to do the infrastructure, which is water, power, and sewer. Well, if there's electricity 3 miles away, we have to tack to that. We can't go off grid.
I see.
And we got to have regular sewer, and there's a well there, right?
Yep.
Well, I wanted to do off-grid where people kind of have their tanks and go get
Right.
their water, and it's kind of fun being off-grid, and you
Sure.
limit your amount of water. Now what they're saying is that we have to gain more water rights because I got 2 acres of water rights. I need 4 acres of water right, which you have to purchase, and then it all has to be pumped, filtrated, and everything to each lot like we do here.
Yeah.
So it's they don't want nothing off-grid.
You know,
Which is frustrating.
I'm surprised that that has not changed over the years, because didn't it used to be in Tennessee that you could only be in your be in something like RV only for so many? Now you can do year round around here.
I don't know what the law used to be, but it's state to state. Some states, Mandy, you can't even collect rainwater.
Yeah.
You know,
It's weird.
You can be off grid in the state of Nevada for your home, but not if you're going to have 5 or 6 homes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a development, and I think there's some people. I think they're not wanting. You know what I think? They're not wanting people to take this is back in the 80s.
Yeah.
They didn't want anybody to take. Okay, I got 40 acres out in the desert, and I'm going to fill it full of just this shanty town.
Yeah. Right.
And everybody's going to live off grid and
I
make
get it.
do, you know?
I mean, yeah, they're just trying to control that.
I think so.
There's things that they control to protect.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes it can be step on your freedom too. So it's just kind of, you know, you got to try to find that balance. Are you done? What else do you want to talk about? Because I wanted to talk about the community and everything that's been going on.
No, I'd love to hear about. We have had some really cool
yeah,
stuff.
we're gonna and that may be the last thing we talk about, but we would end on a really beautiful, positive note.
She's done an amazing job. Amanda has really brought our community together. You know, and I'll let you go with this, but
Yeah.
she's done an amazing job. You know, she said, Randy, with all, you know, we've had some negativity here. We've had some things happen with the layoff and stuff, and it's been negative. She said, you know, Randy, she goes, we got a great place. I think we need to bring the people together, and we need to have fun, and we need to get our minds off of all this negativity.
Yeah.
And of course, with us, it's bigger than what it really is. But she started the Singo,
Yeah. So
and it just took off.
So I started playing this game Singo that you've seen on Facebook and stuff, that I've posted all the pictures and stuff that everybody's enjoying. And I met Pinky is her name. Her real name's Lauren, but she is the DJ that sets up this game. It's called Singo, and it's just like bingo, but it's just with music, right? And so I started playing it in Morristown with my daughter and my cousin and stuff, and we started going down there and just on Tuesday nights and hanging out. It's just something to do different. Get your mind off everything. Like I would leave work and I'd go there and you wouldn't even think about work, wouldn't think about your problems, wouldn't think about anything. And it was just something fun. Well, I seen on Lindsay, my daughter, seen on Facebook that there was an opening on Tuesday nights that she had for Singo. And I was like, oh my God, I wonder if the people here, it was just hitting at a time that I felt like, and I came to you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just feel like we need to get everybody together. We need to rally everybody together and
awesome.
Let's just have some fun. Things have been heavy. The economy had been real heavy. You know, things have been just real, you know, going on with the business and things like that. So it's like, let's bring everybody together. This Singo, I don't know if you've seen the pictures on there or seen any of the videos that we put on there. They have a blast. There's 50 plus people that come now. It's on Fridays. And it's just the residents here. We have not opened it up to the public, and we are discussing, me and Randy are thinking about opening it up to the public. It's so super fun.
Yeah.
Everybody is having such a blast. Well, another thing that we have done, so that took off really well, and you know, it's been going good for the last...
Let me say, so they play the songs for about what, 15, 20 seconds?
Yeah, 15, 20 seconds.
So you got to name the song, but then after the song's over, they tell you the name so you can find it on your card and grab it. Well, some of the songs are so awesome, you can't just sit there.
You just get to move it.
So people are standing up, they're singing and dancing, and I know
They're singing with it, they are dancing, and you know, Pinky had made a comment that, you know, we're one of the most active groups that she has. So we've got people who get up and dance and get up and sing, dance with each other. It's a lot of fun. And we give away really good prizes, because what we do, we pay Pinky, right? We're doing this as a free service to the community. So we pay her, I don't want to say what we pay her and stuff, but we pay that a week. We pay for the prizes, and we also pay for the basket to be done. So Melody puts the basket together. So it's costing us something, but we are investing into the company. We're investing into
Community.
the community and stuff. So we want to make sure to bring everybody together and have the feel that we've always wanted it to be, right? So we started with the game. Then we started with the next thing, and this happened last year, okay? I absolutely love Halloween. I love it. It's my favorite holiday. Fall is my favorite season, and it is for a lot of people, right? But Halloween in particular was such a big thing in my life because it reminds me of home. It reminds me of my house, the leaves, the feel, the everything. And to get to dress up, and my mom and dad took me and my brother in a car, and we would go from house to house to house. We'd get in and out of the car, right? We get to walk through a little bit of a neighborhood, and then we'd go over to the next road, jump in the car, and go to the next road. That is something I wanted to share with these kids here in Cobb County and whatever other county comes to it, Hamlin County or Jefferson County, whoever wants to come. But I wanted them to have this experience. This experience, it to me was just life-changing. I still think back of having that bag of candy and dumping it out, and mom and dad and my brother, all of us going through it, picking out what we liked and things like, ooh, that's gross and all this kind of stuff. But we did it as a family, and we dumped it all on the table. We got to put on our mask and put on these hot masks that we used to have back in the 70s and early 80s and stuff like that. But it was a coming together thing. Well, I wanted to share that with these kids here in the surrounding counties in Cobb County and stuff. We didn't know if anybody would come. A lot of people that are here in Tiny Town here at Incredible Properties is retired. People are older and stuff like that, and they maybe don't get to see their grandkids as much. Maybe they don't get to see their kids as much. I thought this would be something fun to let the little kids come, dress up, and get to come to everybody's house. Everybody gets an opportunity to decorate their tiny home. Just put whatever you want and give out candy and have the kids walk up. They come here to park. We had the bouncy house last year. We had give away hot cider and stuff, and the kids walked everywhere. We didn't know if there was 50 to 100 kids coming. That's kind of what we thought. It's like maybe that is a big deal. There was over 1,500 kids and parents that showed up. The cars, the police had to come, help with traffic control, all this stuff. It was a really big deal. We were so proud and so amazed at what a big event it was. So this year, I've already got the Halloween committee together. They've already met once. They're going to meet again probably this week. We're going to organize that. I really want to be on it. I want to encourage all of the residents to turn your porch light on, get candy for these kids, and decorate your house. And I know there is some people who don't agree with this. A lot of people are religious about it, and think this is a kind of a Satan's day, or it's an evil thing, or it's a bad thing. This is how we see it at Incredible Tiny Homes. Randy and I see this. It is for the little kids. It is for a sweet, innocent, no more than getting to dress up, have fun, go to a house, get some candy, and actually knock on the door. They open the door, trick or treat, and you get to see another person and get to have that interaction. I loved it as a kid. This is a safe place to do it. We have it all contained, all of our different communities. It exposes the little kids. They're never going to forget this experience. They're never going to forget the little tiny homes that they went to and trick-or-treated at and stuff. Their parents feel good about it. They brought them here. They was looking for somewhere to go. I'm not crazy about trunk or treats. That's when, there's nothing wrong with them, but I wanted the experience of parking, getting out, walking, and going to the houses. So it's a big deal.
Well, I was just thinking that, I know it's a holiday, like you said, it's not a Christian holiday, and there are, when I was young, I did Halloween, and then I got into I had my boys, and they were scared of Halloween.
Yeah.
And so we didn't really celebrate Halloween at all. And we lived way out in the country and didn't have any neighborhood or anything. But it was totally different than what I was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We ran the streets and had fun. But then, we take a holiday that has got a description of this is what it's representing of evil or whatever. And I've never thought that, you know. And I know Christmas is supposed to be evil and something else is going on. But, you know, I think I'd like to look at it as no matter what you can describe anything with. I mean, a T-shirt is something that represents. I had a T-shirt on that said, a lady said I was racist because,
I know.
you know, it didn't have anything
Yes.
on it racist. So we're always going to offend someone. The thing is, but our heart is to reach out to the community.
Yeah.
And I just had a thought.
Okay.
Could you imagine if we have a little kid that trick or treats here for 10 years up until
Oh, my
they're, you know,
goodness.
from, I don't know, 5 years. So when they're little up to about, you know, middle school, they don't come anymore.
Yeah.
And then we offer a scholarship when they graduate from high school.
Oh.
And they said they're getting a tiny town scholarship. And say this, oh, I trick that means that this community reached
Yes.
out to them since they were little.
Yes.
I would like to, there's no little league in this community.
Yeah.
There's hardly any baseball here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things that this town needs.
Yeah.
That I would love to contribute and get a part
Well,
of, you know?
well,
and this is the beginning
and
of it.
this is the beginning
That's
of
right.
it. So the
So,
Halloween.
yeah, that's just a thought I had.
Exactly, it's a
Yeah.
great thought, but it's, you know, we want to incorporate that in the town and be a, you know, we have right now about 400 actual people living here. That is substantial.
Yeah, and
okay?
there's going to be probably 600 more across the street.
It's a lot of it. We are the largest tiny home community in the country, if not the world.
Yeah, it's a little
and
town.
they're all our homes. They're all incredible tiny homes. That's not anything anywhere. And we'll be talking about some other things too,
Yeah,
about breaking
yeah.
records and things like that later on and stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the other things that we had done, that we had the week before last, we had a prayer that you've probably seen for Cece. She is going through her health issues and cancer and things like that. And you may have seen that. And that was a come together, probably about a good 20, 30 people that came.
Well, physically, everybody.
Physically, but people were praying for her and things like that.
Still are.
Yeah, still are. But we did that kind of come together thing. Wasn't to be any religion over the other or anything. We are just wanting to build relationships here. We're wanting to build community. So the game of Singo started this. Something simple as a game, guys, brought somebody from the prairie to meet a new person in the forest. A person in the grove now
Yeah.
knows somebody in the beach because they all sat at a table together at Singo, right? That everybody met over there at the prayer. There's the people met now.
Yeah, they got to know Cece from the
They
Singo.
got to know. So the community, we're really wanting to build up the community. Another thing that happened was Randy has introduced Dr. Deb, and I know you've seen some of the podcasts and probably seen we haven't got the video out yet, but I posted it on Facebook yesterday. And Dr. Deb was just a wealth of knowledge and information about holistic health. And so many people, I bet we had 50 people that came to that.
Almost 50 came, and more than half of them signed up for an
Signed up.
appointment to want to
It
see
was
her.
front and back signed up for an appointment to see her, which Randy is going to have her come be in a tiny house
Yeah.
and start taking appointments once a week. And if it gets to be more people, she's going to do it twice a
She
week.
told me that, yeah.
I think it's going to have to start out twice a week. She may do 1 week or it's one a week, but people are interested and they are talking with each other. And the other thing is that they're not, when you come together like that, you're not negative. You don't have time to sit and think about ill things. People are actually helping each other. Melody and Cruz were going through people's yards and stuff like that. If they needed it weeded, if they needed it cleaned up.
There's other
They're
people
helping
doing
people.
that too, that some people just can't get to their yards or they don't know
Yeah.
how to landscape or paint or do things. And we're having groups of people that are wanting to help each
They
other.
help each other.
And we're actually financially helping them too.
Yeah, we
Yep.
will, with people who are here, just to show the strength of this community, is that we are offering financing for people who need something finished on their home. If they need it painted, if they need stuff done,
Yeah,
we're helping.
landscaping, decks,
we're
anything, we'll help out.
We're helping them out. A couple of other things that I have not announced yet that I want to do is a hiking club. I don't know if Curtis and Nina are watching, but I'm going to reach out to both of them. They're active and like to hike and things like that. I'd like to reach out to them and maybe get some type of a hiking club
That'd
together.
be awesome. We got the best hiking
Oh,
Amanda, it's
beautiful
it's-
places.
Yeah,
Well,
some of the best in the country.
Well, Randy was just on Missy Kane Fit and Fun. Be sure and check her out in Knoxville. But Randy was just on that show last week, and she connected us with Dana of the Friends of the Smokies. So I'm gonna get with our people and see if they want to participate and connect them with the Friends of the Smokies and get this group. If you guys want to be a part of that. And
Friends of Smoky is awesome. It started in the 80s when I got
Yes.
here. And I've always wanted to go up there and hike because, and I never did because I had kids and working and that. But
Yeah.
man, it's so, they repair old buildings.
Yes.
And you learn about the Smokies there's more than just
The
tourists.
history.
And then you get to see trails that nobody goes on.
Yeah.
And it's
And you
super
get to
cool.
and you get to go together, so you
Yeah.
don't get to go alone. So you have that security. Like this community is, it's great that people are not alone. A lot of people, their kids are grown, their grandkids are grown, or they're out doing their own lives. There's a lot of single people here. That's the majority
Yeah.
that's here,
Yeah.
is single people. So we always said this strength in numbers, and people being able to depend on each other and have somebody to go to the movies with, have somebody to go to dinner with, have somebody to hike with.
Well,
and
you
to
have
do
movie
these
night,
things.
or whatever.
We're
There's
gonna do- we're-
Taco Tuesday over
We're
here.
trying to do all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. Another thing, there's a new lady who's come, who just bought in over there at the forest and stuff, and she quilts. And there's several people like Donna, and there's other people who quilt. Probably get a quilting club together. There's a whole quilting thing over at Dollywood. Things like that. And the last thing I want to mention that I had been thinking about is I am going to go on, set up some trips, maybe some day trips at first, and then maybe do something even longer. But I'd like to take some of the ladies on these trips. Maybe we'll go to Dollywood and see the quilting thing. Maybe we'll
Or Noah's Ark up there in
Noah's
Kentucky.
Ark. I had that down as one of them. And there's I've always wanted to go to the Billy Graham library.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that. So there's some stuff and we would all go together. Have a day trip and go and organize it. So we are very invested in these communities. We don't want to do it just here. We want to do it with any community that we put together. So we want to make this a very strong group of people that make a difference and make a good difference. Not negative, not degrading, none of this type of energy and talk. We want to keep this positive going. I've never seen a group of people who care more, who pay attention to everybody, help, want to help, volunteer. I had 2 nurses that came up to me yesterday and said they would love to volunteer their time with Dr. Deb if they needed help. They're RN nurses.
We're starting. I tell you what, when I met Deb,
She was
she's just
great.
so awesome. And then I told her I wanted to do I don't know if you call it wellness, but a wellness clinic or something
Whatever.
here. That was my dream for years ago, to put it here. And she already had a PDF file of all the stuff that she said, I've got it completely built. She told me yesterday, she said, do you know there's these paths that you walk on in Germany that have different textures, right? Like from pebbles to these types of
Really?
soft ferns, and from bamboo. And so it's this long trail, and you do it barefoot. And of course you get these,
Does it stimulate different things? Is
all
that
kinds of
why?
stuff. Yeah, it's healing. And she is into all that stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I got a mountain full. I want to put all kinds of healing trails and all this stuff.
And this is not just Randy. There was 50 plus people here that are interested in that.
Oh, it's like you
So-
said, if the nurses are wanting to help, we got a clinic that's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought, if most of our residents are single, I got sick. And if it wasn't for you coming over and getting me some stuff, I'd have been alone,
And we did that holistically. We went to Mustard Seed.
Yeah.
And we did that, and you started feeling better.
But if you're here alone, it's
True.
like, okay, we really are helping each other out. But there's some
True.
people who don't want, a lot of people in their lives. But if we had a clinic, you could actually go. You go to the clinic, you got the flu or something's bothering you, and you actually go there to rest. And you got somebody who checks on you. You can just for a minimal amount of money, or maybe free, or just a couple bucks.
Right.
You're able there, and people volunteer to take care of you for a couple days.
Well, that's what
you
that's what everybody here is willing to do, and that is a big
Yeah.
draw to people here. I'll do a shout out to Dennis, who comes to Singo. Well, one of the ladies said, "Where is Dennis? He hadn't been here in a couple of weeks, and he was gone." And I fussed at him yesterday, and I said, "Dennis, you can't leave anymore." I said, "Because everybody's wanting to know where you was at." So people do miss you when you're gone,
Yeah.
and they pay attention. They pay attention to everything. So if you are here, if you are lucky enough to be in this, a part of this beautiful group of people that have come together here they thought they were just going to be in a tiny home and have their own home. They're not living just their life. They're living with everybody else
Yeah.
too. You get to be as private as you want, and you get to be as public as you want. So you can be as social as you want to or not. Nobody forces anything, but it is a beautiful thing. It is a good thing. We see it happening right in front of our eyes. It's truly incredible.
Well, you know what I like about it is that we are not, as a company, organizing any of this. We kind of get it going a little bit.
We get it going.
But it is all volunteer. It's all people that are in the community. And this is my dream, was to have this organically started,
Yes.
and it just goes.
Yeah.
And that way it has a life of its own. People are not waiting for incredible properties or incredible tiny homes to create something. They can create it.
And
You
two,
all can create it.
I cannot tell you the people that they have met, other people, and their lives have changed forever. Lifelong friends.
Yeah.
There's a reason, like we had talked about this before, there's a reason why all this has happened. There's a reason, I think you said that yesterday whenever at Dr. Deb's thing.
Yep.
There's a reason why we're all gathered together and this is happening here. Good things are happening at Incredible Tiny Homes. Good things are happening at Incredible Properties. We're going to continue on, and whatever properties make it or whatever don't, we're just going to keep trying. We're not going to just, say, oh, we're just going to stay in Newport. We're always going to try and get another community or something going. People need this, not just here, but they need it across the country. I see it in the comments all the time. Come to Montana, come to New York, come to Kansas, please come to Florida, please come to do this. People, we know you need this, and we're doing our best to get there.
Yeah.
So thank you to the community. It has been a big fun thing to experience. It's been really fun to video and take pictures and to see how much everybody's enjoying each other. Another thing is that with, talking about tragedy and stuff like that, there's been, things that have happened through the community, and they all have supported and really reached out to the people who are suffering.
Yeah.
So it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and it's
Beautiful thing.
And Amanda's goal was to give back more positive
Yeah.
than negative, and it's really worked. There's even people leaving here.
Well,
were negative.
Well, something with you that sparked something else. I just wanted to mention too. I think everybody knows. Of course, you know about Ace. That's Randy's dog. Everybody loves Ace. Everybody loves Ace. But I am ever since Randy bought Joe, and Joe, what year was that?
That was a dog before Ace.
Yeah, that was a dog before Ace, and that was Randy's
2010,
dog.
2011,
2010, something like that.
Yeah.
And Joe was Randy's dog. Okay, Randy named him everything that was his dog. Well, Randy went to work for a month or so in Arizona.
Yeah.
And he left Joe with me. I didn't know how to take care of a dog. I always had like outside dogs that really you didn't have in the house or nothing. I never had a dog in the house.
She said, "What do I do with them?"
I looked at me and Joe looked at each other. I looked at Joe and I was like, and Randy was leaving and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to walk. I didn't know if I walked him. I didn't know if I let him run. And he was still a puppy at that time. And he was the golden doodle, if you guys remember Joe. And he's passed away. He passed away in 2021.
Yep.
August of 2021, and it about killed me. But Joe turned into be my dog very quick. So whenever he came back, he was no longer your dog. He was my dog. And I stole him from Randy. So he was mine from there on out. Because Randy wanted a dog that he could take with him on, to travel, to do your jobs and all that stuff. Well, he was 100 pounds, number one.
Yeah, he's
you don't
too big.
just travel him around. And but anyway, I'm a big dog lover, cat lover, and all that stuff. And I want to do a shout out to Chris, a cat she found in the forest. And this is what we do here. Chris found a cat in the forest, whatever. She got it and all of a sudden realized, oh my God, it's pregnant. It had kittens, and she's kept it and got it, got everything fixed because the it may be the same way in your state, but and county, but the shelters are full. They're like on a code red. They're so full, and we have to be so conscious to make sure to get our dogs, spayed and neutered, and just really take care of our animals too, along with our people, but especially our animals. And everybody's a dog person here, pretty much. Some cat people, but definitely dog people. And she took that on. I took one of the kittens yesterday. They've all got their shots, all that stuff. So she was able to make a way. Marina's helping out, and her daughter's helping out. So there's people that jumped in to help. Her neighbor gave her a cage to put them in, and to be able to feed them, and to be able to,
that's
so
cool.
everybody was helping each other, even with the little animals and stuff too. So there's a lot of good, caring people here, and I'm just super proud of it.
Yep.
Super proud of all the employees, super proud of this office, and super proud of the residents that are here.
It's coming on.
It's coming on.
All right, thanks you guys for watching, tuning
Thank you,
in.
guys.
This is an up-to-date video. We wanted to.
We haven't done one of these
so
in a
much
long time.
information. We may break this up in a couple point.
You know
parts.
what? I feel like we've screamed the whole time.
I know. I don't know why.
We're
I think because the
loud.
camera's that far away.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I think
tone
we're
us
just
down.
we're a loud people.
We're loud people. Yeah.
We're
but
not a peaceful people.
there's a lot going on, and we're condensing it even further. But with Dunlap, Southern Heights, Singo, the community functions, Dr. Deb, CC, people reaching out to each other, Halloween, the mountain, the Buffalo Creek, the open houses we have. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. So hopefully go back through the video, see some things that maybe interest you.
Yeah.
We maybe will break this up. Carson may break this up in a couple different videos for you. But this is an up-to-date.
Yeah, this is an up-to-date.
And you can see why we don't do updates very often, because it's just like so much,
I'm exhausted.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to turn it off.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Do like Dave Letterman, remember? He threw the pencil at the camera.
We should get a hammer and throw it.